Hey, what's up, everybody? All right, so let's dive in. So, again, always remember you could go to transformationsecretspodcast.com for any of the goodies or giveaways that I talk about. Also, you could go to transformationsecretspodcast.com/6 week to follow along on this journey. And of course, please don't forget to subscribe, leave me a review, and of course, share this if you want to let other people get help. All right, so let's dive in. What I want to talk about is just kind of my journey to where it took me to where I am today and the successes that I found, but more importantly, kind of how I failed my way. That way, like you're not alone. I am human. Some of you guys may be listening to this and you're thinking, like, this guy has a great body. He's probably always been fit. It's easy for him. And some of you guys may be thinking, like, who's this guy talking? He looks terrible. I'm way better than him. either way, either way, uh, I just want to let you know, like, I'm human. I have not always been fit. I actually grew up chubby up until about junior year of high school. But I'm not going to go back that far. I'm going to just kind of talk about my backstory starting at age 19. So, a funny thing is at age 19, I remember walking into the gym. I believe it was LA Fitness, and I went up to cancel my membership. And when the nice lady at the front desk said, "Why do you want to cancel your membership?" I told her because I will never use it again. And I remember at this moment, it was because like at this time I didn't work out for it was at least a year, right? Maybe less, maybe like 8 months to a year. And I didn't gain any weight and I felt fine with myself. I was like, sweet, I don't need to work out. And so I went to cancel my membership. But then luckily, a year later, I took a class, a weightlifting class at a college. And it just kind of reignited my passion. I was like, man, I do love working out. Maybe I'll start doing this again. So it was literally at that moment, at age 20, is when I decided I'm going to take this fitness thing serious. And by serious, I mean, I put together a plan. I worked out 5 to 6 days a week. I worked out every single week. I did not miss one. I ate as healthy as I could. I only ate when I was hungry. I stopped when I was full. And like ate good stuff like fruits, vegetables, whatever you think healthy is I ate it. And I did this for 5 years. Like, no joke, for 5 years straight. Like, I was even known as a fitness person, even though I didn't look like a fitness person. I was just the friend who worked out. And at age 25, I remember because it was January and it was like a New Year's resolution. There's this fitness challenge going on. I was like, yeah, I'm going to join it. And I took a progress picture, which was the before picture for this challenge. And I remember feeling so disappointed, so ashamed. Like, I was angry. And the reason I was angry is because, again, I did this for 5 years. And at age 25, I looked the exact same that I did at age 20. Sure, I'm sure I got stronger. I'm sure there's like other health benefits, but physically, I looked the exact same. And I could not deal with myself at this moment. And this was a huge pivotal time in my life because I had one or two choices to make when this happened. One, I could either say, hey, I gave it a good shot, which I did. I seriously tried hard for 5 years. But hey, maybe it's just my genetics, it doesn't want to work, whatever. Or two, and luckily, as you know, I chose two, is I could figure this out. So at this moment, what I did is I started researching. I did my own research. I didn't have a coach at the time. I was 25. I was broke. I was a college dropout, right? And I researched guys that I wanted to look like, and I just did exactly what they did. And if you take any advice from me, like out of all the podcasts, not even my health and fitness journey, like if you want to be successful, that is the key to success. Find someone who has the results that you want and do exactly what they're doing. Like, it's literally that easy. And so I saw exactly what they ate and I started eating. I saw how they worked out, so I started working out that way. And at the same time, because I was so passionate about it, I got certified in nutrition and I got certified as a personal trainer. And I knew this was my passion because the moment I opened up a textbook, it was the first time that I actually read it. And I couldn't put it down. And it was at that moment that I knew. I was like, all right, I think I'm onto something here. I think I might know what I want to do with my life at age 25 finally. So if you're less than aged if you're younger than 25, you're going to be okay. I promise you. If you're a parent and who have kids that have no idea what they're doing, they play video games all day and they drink all day, they're going to be okay. And so that's kind of the biggest things that I figured out what I was doing wrong is from age of 20, 25 is like all I did was drink. Like even though I was eating healthy, I was drinking. Or I would eat healthy Monday through Friday and party crazy on the weekend, right? And you may be thinking, well, I don't drink and I do eat healthy. I promise you there is something that you're doing that is not causing you to get the results that you want. And hopefully with throughout me just kind of documenting my journey over the next 6 weeks, you'll be able to find something, what that is. And if you want to ask me a question, you could, again, just go to transformationsecretspodcast.com/6 weeks. And there's also a place where you could ask me any questions that you want. And so where was I? Oh yeah. So what happened is I started doing all of this and I put together a 90-day game plan and I hit that 90-day game plan hard. The crazy thing is I didn't really work out much different. I already knew how to work out from playing sports and things like that. I might have changed the like the time intervals between sets and reps and all that stuff, which I'll teach you guys in the next ones as well. But I honestly didn't change much out of that. The biggest thing I did change was nutrition. Obviously, we hear it all the time. Nutrition is key, right? And I did this for 3 months, and the craziest thing happened is I lost 10% body fat, and I got abs for the first time in my life. Now, I want you to get this. I got the results in 3 months that I was trying to get in 5 years. Like, if I just did it right from the beginning, it might have took a little bit longer than 3 months because it was at the very beginning, but it would not have taken 5 years. It might have taken 6 months, maybe 1 year. And it just blew my mind. So one, I was so excited about my results. Two, I was so mad that I didn't do this 5 years prior. So what I want you to get out of all of this is like, I get it. If you're listening to this and you feel like you're working out so hard, you're putting in all the effort that you need to, and you're even eating as healthy as you can and you're just not getting the results, I get it. I was there for 5 years. I completely get it. And so moving on with my journey, like, yes, I had the results, but I did not have the life that I wanted. And what I mean by this is, for those of you who maybe are experiencing results or going through results, there was times where my girlfriend at the time would want to go out and I would just automatically just have anxiety. Because at the time, like, I was like, you got to eat every 3 hours, you got to do all this, which you don't. And I'm going to teach you how you could just live a life throughout the 6 weeks as well. And like, I would have anxiety because like she'd be like, all right, let's go out this time. So in my mind, I'm like, all right, so she wants to go out at 7. So should I eat at 5? Should I eat at 6? What time am I gonna be home? What do I need to eat when I get home? Like, my mind was going crazy because I was so scared to lose results if I did something, or like if she wanted to hang out and she didn't want me to work out, right? I don't know why you girls do that. Side note, uh, like if I just couldn't work out that day for whatever reason, I would start freaking out like, oh, I need to work out. I'm going to lose results. Like, man, it is just not a way to live. And hopefully by the end of my journey, you're going to realize like it's a lot easier than we think. And so, yes, I had the results, but I did not have the life. And I kept these results I got them at age 25. I probably kept them for about 5 years till about age 30. And then the good old excuses happen, right? I got a kid. I started a business and my attention just went elsewhere. And I was 33, I believe. I'm 33 now. But I think, no, I was 32 years old. And I realized I was getting chubby again. Like normally, if you guys know about body fat percentage, I normally ranged between 11% at the lowest, up to about 13%. So I usually just kind of hovered in between that. And I noticed I started going to 14% and 15% and 16%. I was like, oh man. But the crazy thing is, I didn't change much about my lifestyle. I still worked out all the time. I still ate like healthy compared to everyone else I see. But I was slowly, very slowly losing my results. And so I started getting back on it, right? I started being even more intentional with my eating. I started being more intentional with my workouts as I went on. And the and nothing was changing. And all of these thoughts started coming into my head like maybe it is because I'm getting older, right? We always hear people say that all the time. Maybe my metabolism really did slow down in the last year, whatever it may be. And I was doing everything I was doing before when I got the results, but I was not getting the results this time. And I was crushed. Like, again, I was frustrated. I was at the lowest point of my life. I want to say the lowest point of my life, but of my confidence, I would say. Like, here I am, a gym owner telling people to get healthy, and I'm not being as healthy as I could, right? I might be healthier than them, but I'm not as healthy as I could. And it just dawned on me, is like I just told myself, I was like, I need help. I need help. So what I did is I hired myself a coach. And when I hired this coach, I didn't think he was going to teach me anything. Like I knew I was going to learn something. I don't know it all, but I didn't think he was going to help me like anything too dramatic. I really just hired the coach because I knew that I needed the accountability, because I kept letting myself down time after time again for months, and nothing was working. And then so what happened was, throughout this entire program, they taught me how you could literally eat whatever you want and still get results. Like, it was mind blowing. And of course, I didn't believe it because I've always heard people say that before. But I just started testing it and it started working. I slowly started getting results, and I started getting a little bit more results. And then all of a sudden, so I was 206 pounds when I hired the coach, which was actually the heaviest I've ever been, uh, not on purpose. And within the first 12 weeks, I lost 14 pounds by eating more. So all of these little things that you might be thinking, what, eating more, all this stuff, like I'm going to explain this over the next 6 weeks. So I started eating more, um, which was, I was eating. So actually, I'll break that down right now because I know a lot of people kind of want help with this, and I'll even put some free downloads in the website. But so the way this works, and the way that I'm going to kind of explain everything throughout the next 6 weeks, is the first thing that I had to do when I hired my coach was I had to figure out exactly how much I was eating. And the way I did this was every single thing I ate, I weighed it on a food scale. I tracked it into just MyFitnessPal. And I did this for 7 days. And after 7 days, I turned in my results and we found the averages. And so on average, I ate roughly 2,000 calories. And there's so many grams of protein, so many grams of carbs, so many grams of fat. And so my first goal was to just be consistent at eating that, like every day. So the first week was my average. So maybe some days I ate like 1,400. The next day maybe ate 3,000. The next day I might 2,200. Now my goal was, all right, you have to eat 2,000 every single day. But more importantly is what I went after, the protein, carbs, and fat. And so I was consistent for that. And then I lost some weight. And so he raised the calories. And then I was consistent, lost weight. And every time I was able to be consistent and saw what my weight did, we kept raising my calories because we're trying to find my maintenance level, meaning how many calories can I eat to maintain my weight. And we ended up getting up to about 2,600 calories. It was between 26 to 2,700 calories over a 12-week span. And I lost 14 pounds. So I went from eating 2,000 calories on average, being at 206 pounds, to eating 2,600 calories every single day, and I lost 14 pounds. 195. I don't know what that is. 92. Um, and it blew my mind. And so now that we found my maintenance level, what we did was we put myself into a cut. And so I went from eating 2,600 calories and we cut it, and I went down to 1,600 calories. And I can't tell you the mental focus that I had to take, because I was eating 350 grams of carbs at 2,600 calories, losing 14 pounds. And I went down to 100 grams of carbs. So I went from eating like pancakes and bagels to just pure vegetables, just to stay full all day. And so we started off there, and we did the exact same thing. Every time I was consistent, we kept raising the calories. And so I got all the way down to 180 pounds, around maybe 1,700 calories. And it was insane. So I was 180 pounds, which I never thought I could ever be. I graduated high school at 185, and I did a fitness competition when I was 25, and the lowest I got was 184. And I remember being 184, and I just felt way too skinny. Like, I did not feel good. I was like, I could never be this skinny again. And now I'm 180, and I'm bigger than I was when I was like 195, 200. Like, it's crazy. And now I'm 10% body fat now, which I've never been before. At my best, I'm 8% body fat. Like, it's insane what happened. But the crazy thing now is, as we kept raising my calories, as I'm consistent, I'm currently now eating 2,300 calories a day. So at 1,600 calories, I got down to 180. Now I'm eating 2,300 calories. What is that? 4, 5, 6, 700 extra calories per day. And I'm still 180. I think my starting weight today was 182, but that's just because I'm bloated. Like, I'll be 180 by the end of the week. Like, it is insane what our bodies are capable of if you treat it the right way. And so throughout the next 6 weeks, that's what I'm going to kind of be sharing with you, is like, what are my macronutrients? Macronutrients being protein, carbs, fat. How many calories am I eating? And then if you could ask questions about how many calories maybe you think you should be eating, things like that, or you just want some kind of guide on how to figure it out yourself, that's fine too. And so that's kind of brought me back to where I am now. And now at age 33, I'm leaner, I'm stronger, I look better than I did at age 25. But more importantly, I now have a life. Even tonight, I'm so excited. We got a new tradition with my daughter. It started last week. Well, it started 2 weeks ago, but my wife ruined it. Just kidding, wife, if you listen. But every single Tuesday, me and my daughter, she's 3 years old. She's about to be 4. It's kind of our date night, and I'm really excited for it. But I could go out on a date with my daughter and not worry about what I'm eating. And I'm going to show you guys exactly how you can do that too. Like, I already know I'm probably going to eat ice cream. I'm going to have all this stuff. And I'm going to wake up tomorrow still lean, not losing any results. And it's just amazing the lifestyle you can live if you know how to do it right. And hopefully throughout the next 6 weeks, I'm going to be sharing with you how I work out, how I eat properly, the way I'm tracking my food, and just kind of talk to you pretty much kind of talk to you about each day that I'm having, like the thought process behind it all and the struggles that I'm having, and like everything you could think of. And hopefully my goal out of this is that you could just learn how to do it yourself. And if you need extra help, of course, we're here to help you as well. And so there's 2 things that I put because it's the most questions that I get automatically. So again, if you go to transformationsecretspodcast.com/6, the number 6, and then week, you're going to find, it'll say day 1, you'll probably find this podcast there. And then you're going to find 2 downloads that I get asked about the most. Like, 1, what did you eat? So what I did is I added a Power Foods list, and it's called the Power Foods list because it is 99.9% hypoallergenic, meaning almost all the foods on there, it's very unlikely you have an allergen to them, and it just treats your body the best. So that's what I ate off of for about 3 months straight before I started kind of testing the waters with like pancakes and things like that. So you do have to keep the training wheels on in the beginning. You can't just go full on out right away, but there is a moment that you can. So I ate off that Power Foods list. You could download that. Again, just transformationsecretspodcast.com. And then I added my supplement list because that's the other thing that people ask me about. I absolutely love supplements. I think they are necessary to get the results that you want, especially in today's world. I talked to a nutritionist before, and she said, so this nutritionist actually works with Olympic athletes. She's huge, and I wish I could remember her name, but I can't. But she said, in today's world, you have to eat 9 oranges to get the same nutrients that one orange used to give us. She said, you have to take supplements. Everybody we work with takes supplements. And supplements are easy as a protein drink. It could be a multivitamin. It could be whatever it may be. But if you go to transformationsecretspodcast.com, you could see all the supplements that I personally take. And again, if you have questions about them, just ask. I'm here to help you guys. So hopefully this kind of helped you out. I just want to give the overview. Today was day 1. I couldn't talk about, so tomorrow I'll probably talk about today. And each day I'll talk about the day prior of what I did to work out, what I did, what I ate. Like I'll literally just have a straight list and tell you exactly like the exercises that I did or the muscle groups that I did. I'll tell you the reason why I'm doing it. I'll tell you exactly what I ate and why I ate it. I'll tell you like what I struggled with, what I didn't struggle with, what's easy for me, what's fun for me, what's not fun for me. And hopefully by the end of these 42 days, you guys will be able to do it yourself as well. So with that, I'm going to wrap up here. Again, if you have any questions you want to ask me or you want me to answer throughout the next 42 days, just go to transformationsecretspodcast.com. There's a 6-week link. Just click on that, and then you can ask me a question there, and as well as download those freebies that I'm giving you guys. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. Talk to you tomorrow.